winters are around the corner, and that means that we really need to change the way we are taking care of our skin and our morning and evening skincare routines. Hi, I'm Dr. Kriti, and today we are talking about winter skincare routines and the things that you should be changing as the weather is changing around you. The most important thing as the winter comes is the moisture in the environment, which drops suddenly, and that has a huge impact on your face, the skin on your hands and feet, and especially lips, which is very commonly ignored, because lips is the first place where we feel that the dryness is felt. There's a lot of chapping because the skin on the lips is not actually skin, but it's a mucous membrane which tends to dry sooner. So any change in the moisture will be first felt there. Which makes the lips the most important part. So my advice here would be to carry a chapstick or a good hydrating lip balm probably in your pocket for all time use. Have it, use it every 2 hours, because that way you will not lick it with your tongue, which is our usual habit. And what happens when we lick is we don't really hydrate it. We do think we have hydrated, but we only cover it with our saliva, which can actually make it darker and more dry in the long run. Second, to take care of face, we need to change certain things, like first of all, cleansing. Our cleansing has to be a very gentle cleansing in winters. So no double cleansing, no foam based cleanser. Rather, we want to switch over to something called dry cleansing. Now, what is dry cleansing? Here we are not using any harsh face wash. Rather, we are using things like an oil or a cleansing balm just to clean off the dirt or the makeup that we have used. And dry cleansing is especially useful in the night routine, because at night we don't really need excessive things to be cleaned off. We just want to probably use a cleansing balm or even the micellar water to remove the impurities and cover your face with a good layer of moisturizer after the cleansing is done. The second step in taking care of hands and feet is obviously using a good hand cream and a foot cream right before you go off to sleep. The better method to do this is to soak your hands and feet in probably lukewarm water, clean it properly, and then use your creams, because that way you will have the maximum moisture in your hands and feet. The next step is to take care of the body. Now, in body, the minute we've taken a shower, the best way to lock in the moisture is to use a very hydrating moisturizer right within 2 to 3 minutes of taking shower. That is when we seal the moisture and keep it within us. Otherwise, it tends to just dry off, and then we are looking at a further drier skin than we actually could have obtained. Another good step here would be probably to use a good body oil or a bath oil, because there is excessive dryness that we are taking care of. Another thing that seems to happen very frequently in most of the people is that people complain that their face has suddenly become dull or darker as the weather has changed. Now, let's understand that in summers, there is a lot of oil that our skin is naturally producing because of the temperature around us, and that is not getting dried off. That kind of makes our skin shine and appear brighter. Whereas in winters, because of extreme dry weather, poor humidity in the environment, the oils are very quickly dried off and our skin is not able to compensate on its own, which is primarily the reason why the skin appears darker and very, very dull. So if you want to maintain a good glow, you want that shine on the face, the hydration is the key here, be it externally or internally. How can we do that? First, obviously, do not forget your water intake, because I know it's winters, we don't really feel that thirsty, but we should still be drinking a lot of water to hydrate ourselves. Externally, we have to keep using a good moisturizer. In fact, winters is a very good time to probably reapply the moisturizer, because your skin will dry out very, very quickly. So that will be the most important things. The next thing that we have to take care of is not skipping out sunscreen. Yes, the sun is not probably as hot as it is in summers, but even then it's very much there. So is the SPF damage that the sun can cause. So we are not skipping out sunscreen even in winters. Yes, if you feel that the sunscreen that you're using in summers is too dry for you, switch over to a more moisturizing one that can help you look fresh and glowy. Let's also talk about the changes one can bring in their morning and night skincare routines. For morning, I feel that mostly it should remain the same because your cleansing has to happen. Yes, instead of double cleansing, even a single step cleanser will do. Moisturizer and sunscreen remains the same. If you're using any actives, you can continue to use the way you're using, especially your vitamin C. At night, definitely the one thing that can happen is you can use an active a little before you're going off to sleep so that you can top off the moisturizer twice before you're sleeping. No excessive cleansing, no excessive exfoliation. We don't require that in winters. It will just be very harsh on your skin and it may even irritate your skin more. So we can skip that part and we can, instead of focusing on exfoliation, we can switch over to a mild cleansing followed by excessive moisturization of the skin. That becomes the key step in night care routines if we are following something different in summers. Lastly, I want to talk about certain things that I feel we should absolutely not do in winters. The first and the foremost is long hot showers. I know we all love them. They are just so soothing. We want to continue with those long showers, but they're just not good for skin. In fact, the longer we take in showers, the more harm we do to our skin, because that is one thing that's going to dry out our skin very fast. So no matter how tempted you are, stick to a short quick shower, and that too not with a very hot temperature. Maybe a lukewarm water will do. Even while we are washing head, it should not be the extreme of the temperature that we are using to wash our head. It can be a lukewarm water, because like dryness can happen on the body, there can be dryness on the scalp also, which will be very commonly visible as seborrhea. We generally call it as dandruff, but it is actually a mild infection by Malassezia furfur and presents as seborrheic dermatitis, more common in winters. So if you want to avoid that, we do not want excessively hot water for our showers. Second thing that we have to do is we have to avoid over exfoliation. I know we all want to exfoliate ourselves at least twice a week and we want to scrub off all the dead skin, but in winters, let's understand that there is poor hydration, so your skin of the dead skin layer is already too loose. So even mild cleansing will just rinse it off. You don't have to over exfoliate, because that will actually irritate the skin. And if you then follow it up with a harsh chemical or a very strong active on the skin, it will just burn it. So those will be the mistakes you have to avoid if you don't want a burn on your skin. The next thing that you have to avoid is skipping sunscreens. That you just can't do. A lot of people feel that there's no sun outside, it is very foggy, there is just no UV rays there, so we can skip it. You can't skip your sunscreen, it has to be applied every day. And hydrating yourself, people feel it's not hot, there is no sun again, so hydration can be skipped, but that is again not advisable. Even if you don't want to have just water, you can have either antioxidants in the form of green tea or have juices. In fact, this is a great time to have soups also. So it's in any form that you want to hydrate yourself, but that would be something that you must do in this winters to have a good skin. Share this video with anyone who is looking for a change in this winter skincare routine. Like and comment for any of the queries you have regarding winter skincare, and you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Press the bell icon for future notifications.